G'day, today we're doing a diff service on a VX Commodore 2002 V6 and we're going to put a magnetic drain plug on it to try and keep it as clean as we can. Now I've just drained the oil out of it and we've got the drain plug there, and you can see there's no magnet on it at all. The thread on these is 12 by 1.75 mil, the thread pitch. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this little beauty on there with a neodymium magnet on it, with a copper washer. I see on that one someone always tries to seal it with a bit of Celastic. Magnet on yourself, you want to just make sure that when you poke the screwdriver in, you can see it just starts to raise there. So there's that little dip there. So we can actually go to about that length, which is more than adequate. But you want to get the magnet in as deep as you can without being too close to any spinning gears or anything like that. You don't want to magnetize the gears in the diff. And this magnet, you can see that we've put it, when we've machined it and pressed it in, we've left as much of the magnet exposed there to try and collect as much metal that floats around in there. But there's no filtering system. The oil change in the differential, there's no filtering system, so because the oil's so thick, a lot of that metallic debris will be suspended in the fluid because it's so thick, and it'll circulate through almost like a liquid sandpaper. It becomes abrasive, so it's very important to try and keep it as clean as you can. It'll just last a lot longer. Anyway, we're going to put that magnet in, top it up with some gear oil, and Bob's your uncle. Just to identify or isolate whether it's a limited slip diff or a normal, just standard diff, what you do is you free your wheels up, and when you spin one wheel, you can see the other one's sort of slyly spinning the other way, but or not spinning at all. If I go harder, the other wheel won't spin at all. So this is a non-limited slip diff. If it was a limited slip diff, there'd be a resistance. The clutch or the cones in the diff would make both wheels spin, especially when it senses it's like it's slipping. So there you go. So we just use a normal standard gear oil in these, or diff oil. There'll be a label here like so on the diff, or a little metal tag that tells you if it's a limited slip or a standard Salisbury diff. But sometimes those labels disappear or go missing, so you want to make sure you put the right fluid in, or right gear oil in whatever diff you've got. Always a good idea to check these boots, make sure they're not torn or anything like that, and under the car while you're there. Anyway, we're going to put the new magnet in, new drain magnet when drain plug when that stops coming out. You can also blow a little bit of air in there, it'll just help it come out a little bit easier and better. Make sure you've got your little copper washer or aluminium washer on there. And we just tighten it up firmly, not crazy tight. On the Tritech site, and it actually says that the diff, whether it's limited slip or just the normal normal standard diff, the spiral or high point axles, can use the limited slip diff, or the LS, which is limited slip. So it doesn't really matter. So it would matter if you put the normal gear oil in a limited slip diff. They operate under high pressures, and also the oil's a little bit thinner, so it'll get up into the clutches and circulate through everywhere where it's supposed to be. Anyway, just good idea to just confirm all these things before you put the wrong oil in. Just going to pump in about 1.5 litres of the 8590 limited slip gear oil in there, just till it starts to come out of there. There we go, it's filled there. It's probably even a little bit overfilled because the little pipe that we've got was blocking the bottom of the hole. So I'm just going to put the camera down quickly, pull it out, put the plug back in. Just make sure that the little plastic washer isn't cracked or worn out or anything like that, so it does seal properly. You will only get splashing oil up there, but it'll still be annoying if there's oil leaking out of there. And just give the plug a bit of a clean as well. With 1 1/8" size plug, we'll just tighten that up a little bit, and we're just going to wipe off all that excess oil. There you go. While we're here, we can check that rubber on the tail shaft, your centre bearing and the universal joint. The way you test these is you stick your finger or thumb in there and just wriggle it around. If you feel any movement between those two, it means it's worn. And at the front there's another rubber mount, so you want to just check. Quite often, if these seals leak at the back of the transmission, that'll ruin the rubber. It'll perish the rubber. It'll go sort of like gooey, not the firm rubber that it's supposed to be. Anyway, I hope that's shown you how to improve your life of your diff by putting a magnet in there. Thank you for watching.